Sacramento has quickly become a hot spot in the Golden State, growing in population with new residents moving in every day. So today we're going to get some practical advice on the top no-nos for Sacramento newbies so you can avoid making a really bad impression on the natives. David Frisch is with Our Town of Sacramento, and he's ready to help with their how to fit in checklist. And David, you were telling me you've lived here for 50 years in Sacramento, so you are qualified. You are an expert. And,
okay.
And I guess, I mean,
Sounds great.
I'm a NorCal native, you know, still relatively new to Sacramento, but yeah, I'm very interested to know what the no-nos are. First, tell us, why did Our Town decide to come up with this checklist to help people fit in?
Well, we have noticed that there's so much moving, as you know, going into Sacramento recently, and a lot of these people just want to fit in. So we want to give them some suggestions on how they can kind of feel more adapt to the Sacramento area.
So how do you go through and vet like what's right and what's wrong and put together a list?
Well, it was a big discussion in the office, and there was a lot of debate on what we thought were the best things about Sacramento and how we could help these people feel great about this area.
All right. So, David, let's jump right into it. I want to know, what are some of your tips on this checklist? Like, what are the top things people really don't want to do if they're new to Sac, but they don't want to show it? You know, you just want to fit right in.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, but here in Sacramento, we actually don't say the T. We leave that out. So we say Sacramento.
Sacramento.
And so that's a big tip right off the bat. That'll kind of let you know. Yeah.
I got that one. Okay, what's another one?
Another one is actually we don't really like Southern California that much, especially when it comes to sports. You can imagine the big Kings and Lakers rivalry you've had. So really saying you're someone that loves the Lakers, we're not going to be too thrilled about that. And then also, you know, when it comes to the Dodgers, I actually wore a Dodgers hat for my team's baseball, my kids' team, and boy, I got booed all over the place. So definitely be careful wearing gear from Southern California.
Oh, wow, that rivalry is real, and that hate for some of those SoCal teams, very real. Now, we're known for our rivers up here. What should is there a way to fit in when it comes to navigating that?
Well, you know, a lot of people don't realize this, but there you can go and raft down the river. A lot of people float from about Sunrise Avenue off of 50 and American River there, and they can float all the way down. A lot of people go to the Gaiety Park and whatnot, and that's just a great way to get yourself outdoors. The water's nice and cool, and it's a nice, fun, relaxing time out there.
Now, David, anything that you found surprising, you know, in all your Sacramento knowledge that was interesting to put on this list, like when you guys did kind of this brainstorm session?
Well, what's interesting is my wife will tell me, I didn't realize the city meant San Francisco. A lot of people think of the city, they think New York or some of the East Coast areas. But if someone says they're going to the city, what they're really saying is we're going to San Francisco. So I just didn't realize that. I even said San Fran to her. She just about had a meltdown.
David, you didn't. You didn't. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I did.
Shame on you. So, yeah, this list is important. And talk about why it was important to put this together.
Well, you know, when people are moving to the area, as you can imagine, they're trying to fit in. And, you know, and because of COVID, it's even made it even harder to fit in, getting to know your neighbors and getting to know what's out in the area. And so hopefully this list gives them feeling a little more confidence in the area. And we also, as a company, we try to help them, too, by providing them certificates from local businesses. A lot of these businesses will give a free service just to get them to come in and see what they're all about.
That is so true. And you know, it is true. When you move somewhere, you don't really start to get the lay of the land and know everything insider until you're out and about. And that has been pretty difficult during COVID. Now, your list is not the end all, say all. You'd still welcome more tips if we have some Sacramentans or natives to the region listening and they're like, oh, this has to be included. How would they submit to you?
Yes, we have. Yes, we actually have this available for people. You go to ourtownamerica.com/tips, and we want to hear all the do's and don'ts of Sacramento. We'd love to get some feedback from the local people here to help us with this list that we can provide for people.
All right, David, I appreciate your tips. I appreciate you sharing that. A lot of fun. You know, this is Sacramento. Sacramento, I'm going to think about that now. You don't say the T. If you want more tips and you want to provide some tips on fitting into Sac, you can visit ourtownamerica.com.